So something this past week in the NHL, something we don't typically see happen. One of the only goaltenders is Pekka Rinne scoring an NHL goal as a goaltender, scoring his first NHL. We're going to take a look at NHL goaltenders scoring goals in the history of the NHL, the first goaltender to do it, goaltenders that have done it since, and one that's actually scored a couple. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a subscribe down below, and let's take a look at NHL goaltenders scoring during the NHL season. Alright, so with the events of Pekka Rinne scoring during the regular season the other night, it's definitely sparked up the conversation of NHL goaltenders scoring, and it actually made a pretty good idea for me to make a video about it. So, the first NHL goalie to be credited with a goal was back in 1979. The New York Islanders goaltender Billy Smith was the first one to score an NHL goal as a goaltender in NHL history. Now, the interesting thing in this here is that Billy Smith didn't really shoot the puck on an empty net. It wasn't really anything to his credit. They were actually playing the Colorado Rockies, an expansion team that eventually ended up going to the New Jersey Devils. But the Rockies ended up scoring an own goal, which ended up Billy Smith was the last Islander to touch the puck. So he ended up getting credited with the goal, but that was the first NHL goal by a goaltender that we had ever seen. And not too long after that, in 1987, actually almost a decade later, would be the first time we actually see a goaltender shoot on an empty net and score. And that was the Philadelphia Flyers' Ron Hextall in 1987. So he was the first one to score from his own end into the empty net on the other side toward the end of the game. So pretty cool there. Ron Hextall, a pretty well-known goaltender, as well as Billy Smith in their own right. And that would be the first of many since Ron Hextall kind of starting the chain, because Martin Brodeur would score an empty netter, shooting it from his own end into the empty net, but he also scored two other goals, one of them being in the postseason on an own goal, as well as another during the regular season as an own goal. So Marty Brodeur, he's known for his accolades for winning with the New Jersey Devils in the late 90s, early 2000s, having some real good runs with that team. And he's got a couple goals to his name as well, which is pretty cool to see as well. Another goaltender that did it as well was Chris Osgood with the Detroit Red Wings in the mid-2000s. Jose Theodore with the Washington Capitals. Evgeny Nabokov with the San Jose Sharks. And then Mike Smith with the Arizona Coyotes. And that was the most recent up until the other night when Pekka Rinne of the Nashville Predators got the empty netter against the Chicago Blackhawks and won it. So it's been, you look at that, there's only a few names really on that list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's only eight goaltenders in NHL history. So basically, that's a small number, and you consider since 1979 only that few have actually been able to do it. So it's pretty crazy. You definitely have a lot of skill, considering it's not, you have the blocker in one hand and the glove in one hand. That's not easy to do, to get that much power on a shot, for the other team not to get in the way of the puck or just to actually hit the net. That's pretty insane. And with the trapezoid behind the net, it makes it even more difficult to shoot an empty netter. Usually goaltenders stop the puck along the boards, either leave it or they'll shoot it right up against the boards again. So we don't typically see that too often. Goaltender, I think we're going to see it more often, considering how creative the NHL is nowadays, and how much more skilled these players are becoming. The goaltenders are no exception to that rule, and I think we're going to see it more often. And you know what? It creates more of a threat for the opponent. They can't, just stay along the boards. They have to respect that he can shoot it from his own, back behind his own net. So definitely something to see there. And it's definitely gotten more difficult since the trapezoid. Goaltenders can only control the puck in that little zone behind the net. That's why those lines are there. But nonetheless, still pretty cool to see Pekka Rinne in the NHL history books, as he is in for plenty of other categories, but scoring goals, he's in that category now as well. So thank you for watching this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up and a subscribe down below. And thank you for watching. Check out our Twitter as well. at goal_hockey and on our Instagram at goalline_hockey. Thank you for watching and have a great day.